Hello, hello, good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a much better week than I have. I'll tell you that. Um, how is everyone? I'm waiting, like you guys can verbally respond back to me. Yeah, I forgot how to do a live because I haven't done it in a while. Okay. Um, sorry. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit awkward because I do have a different camera angle. Normally, I have something overhead so that you can see a top-down shot. But for this project, I think you're going to want to see a forward shot. So um, this will be interesting. Just and you'll see why. But let's do our usual shout outs here. Let's see. How do I go back up? Sorry, I just need to kind of rearrange this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hope, hi, Eric. Hope you are having a good weekend. I miss sewing with you. Hello, Katie. You're up late. Well, you're always up late, though. Huh. We got Kim Burris here. Hello, Kim. Gloria Garris is here. Hello, Gloria. Um, your name always reminds me of that song, Gloria, Gloria. Na, 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 na. Christy Smith is here. Hi, Christy. Still, oh, let's see. It's 27 degrees here. Wind chill is 13, and it's super windy. It's been snowing all afternoon and evening. Kim, anytime you want to send the weather down this way, because I think it was in the 90s today. Oddly enough, though, there's still, the mountaintops are still snow capped. So, yeah. The wind here in the mid, the wind here in the mid Michigan has been horrible for days. Some days it snows, then switches to monsoon season. Winter is not over yet. Okay. It is, well, it kind of is for us in a way. Do, 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 do. Hello, Miss Linda Fugate. Are you enjoying the heat? It's definitely getting warmer. Pick up the shorts hauled in this week in Vegas. Yes, ma'am. Hi, Joanna. Hello, all. I've been cleaning and rearranging my sewing room. Much, much more room now. But where did all the fabric come from? We know the feeling, Joanna. Hi, Mary. Hi, Margaret. And hello, Miss Donna Hoskins. Hey, hey, hey. Linda Faust says hello to you, everyone. Hello, Linda. We got Donna Toby here. Hello, Donna. And made by Misty. Hello, hello. Um, Kim, you can't believe the groundhog. He gets paid the same as the meteorologist. Okay. Hi, Cindy. I just asked you about on Tiffany's channel live, and here you are. Here we are. Let's hope that everything holds up. No, it's just that I don't use this computer as often, so it doesn't get the regular updates like some of my other computers, which is what causes a lot of the technical issues. And I was trying to fiddle around with the microphone because guys, I know that the volume is a little low on this computer, but every single setting, every single sound setting I've checked, the volume is at its max. So yeah, I that's one thing I still need to kind of resolve. It could be this microphone, but I don't think so because when I use it on other computers, it works fine. So not sure what's going on with this computer, but um, this is the time of year the weather is crazy. Yes, Joanna. Well, the weather's crazy all year, though, but not as crazy as us, right? Yeah, I know what you're saying. Speak for yourself, Eric. All right. Oh, well. Bonsoir. Comment ça va? Hello, Nadine. And Linda says she loves the heat. Oh boy, I don't. um, Hi, Sue. She loves your Snoopy T-shirt. I hope all is well. Hey, thanks, Sue. Hi, Chi. Okay, so here's what a little life update. So after the last live, which was I think was it last Saturday? No, yeah, whenever it was. Um, Sunday morning or that following Sunday, I got up, and if you ever had a, or if I know some of you probably have this condition, sciatica. That's when there's a nerve that's a little irritated and it goes down your lower half of your body. Well, this was sciatica times 10. So when I got up on Sunday morning, I just got out of bed, and all of a sudden I feel this tremendous sharp pain just go right down my leg and right up my back, to the point where yeah, I was crying, and I was like, I am not moving. I literally, all this past week, I was literally bedridden and just could not do anything. Um, if you have sciatic pain because you sit down too long, that's one thing. But when that sciatic nerve is pinched, holy cow, this was bad. And right now, I still don't have 100% feeling down my left leg. Um, that's how bad it is, guys. So that's what happened. So this whole past week, I just been bedridden. Uh, right around Thursday, yeah, from Sunday through Thursday, I just been kind of bedridden, and um, I was in so much pain that in order for me to even do things like use the bathroom, which I had to do, I literally crawled out of bed, and the bathroom is not even 3 feet away. It took me about a good 45 minutes to crawl to the bathroom. And even when I got to the bathroom, I had to do some very creative things just to make my business into the toilet bowl. I know that's a little graphic, but that's how bad the pain was. And if you have sciatic nerve discomfort, well, you kind of get an idea of what I was probably going through. And this is something that I just do not wish. Well, I shouldn't say I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I wish it on the people who make fun of uh, handy capable people, because now you realize what these people have to go through for that. So yeah, that has been my week. And even when I walk today, like even as I'm sitting here, I can still kind of feel like a little bit of discomfort, but I know that it's not good for me to just lie down because I've been lying down all week. So I am kind of walking around, kind of getting the joint or getting some movement in my joints, but I still can feel it, especially if I have to bend down. Oh gosh. Yeah. If I drop something or if I drop my phone, yeah, it's not coming back up. So I can move around, but even as I walk, I kind of walk with a very funny limp, and people have been kind of noticing. Um, I've been kind of joking to myself that maybe I need a walker, but in all seriousness, I might need a walker. So I am trying to find a chiropractor that can help me with this. There's a few of them here in Las Vegas that kind of specialize in this type of treatment. So um, I do have options, but yeah, that's what's happening. That's what happened to me all this week. So if I know I've been trying to get a few videos out. In fact, one of the videos is kind of getting uploaded to YouTube right now, borrowing that it doesn't, the computer holds up. Well, that computer is a pretty reliable, but it just takes a while for videos to go on. Anyway, there is a video coming up. Um, it's one that's kind of overdue. Whoops, 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 I dropped it. At least I wrapped it. So, but yeah, I didn't. I was out of work all week, and I know my boss is not happy about that, but um, because there's a lot going on at work, just because of the fact that we're trying to close out 2025, and we just opened up our new location in Northern California this week, or it's scheduled to go or get open this week, but I'm not there, so there's a lot of things that are still need to get done. But yeah, let's see. Oh, that's right. I forgot Nadine's in Texas visiting her sister. That's right. Well, howdy. Okay, OMG, I'm in physical therapy now for 10 years or more sessions because mine is caused by scoliosis. It goes all the way up my to my foot. Wow. Wow. It's funny because this isn't the first time I've had it. Um, I did have it a couple of years ago. It wasn't as bad, and it kind of it kind of ran its course after about 2 days. But this one was bad. This one was bad. So I've been looking online or just kind of asking around for people, um, friends that I know in the medical field, asking them if they have a referral or if they know of any chiropractor or any place. A lot of them, they refer me to surgical centers, and I really don't want to do surgery, but so I am looking for alternatives. But yeah, that's well, it is what it is. Fun to get old, huh? So, I have been like in contact, or I've been kind of watching. There's a whole bunch of chiropractors that are on YouTube, and like anything else, you kind of have to take their advice with a grain of salt. But I have been watching some of those videos of what stretches you can do to help not just alleviate the pain, but actually better the situation. So, um, hey, Mozilla. Joanna says that happened to me in nursing school. It's no fun. Yep. It's so painful. My son has been suffering for over 3 weeks now, and the spasms haven't let up yet, but he does physical work on his job, so it's going to take time. Yeah, I believe you, Donna. Okay, you know what? I'm working on something, and I didn't even introduce you to the project of what I'm actually doing. So let me try this. Okay, so let me get some reorganized stuff here. So this is I know this is kind of a weird angle, but I am going to be making a gift basket of just nothing but sweet treats. This is actually a Rice Krispie treat here that I kind of made myself and just dipped it in white chocolate. I was gonna do a chocolate drizzle on top of that, but then I said, no, that's a little too much. So it took me forever just to get these, or just to get these up to this point. And I kind of figured that I leave some plain, and I did some with a cocoa, what's that cereal? Cocoa, no, Fruity Pebbles, or a generic version of the Fruity Pebbles. So that's what I got going on. This was a request by someone that wanted to kind of like, how do I say this? They didn't want to do, or they wanted to make like a gift bag for each of their, I think they're third graders, is what she teaches. And she just wanted to do something kind of cheap. She knows how to make Rice Krispies, so she said, do something with Rice Krispies. But she didn't, she wanted to make it a little bit more fancy or decorative, make a whole Easter display out of it, because her class did very well on some kind of exam that they had for the state. So she wants to reward them with this and just have like I don't know if they're doing a party or what, but she wanted to just make something special for the class. And she asked me, can you give me an idea? So I said, okay. And I said, okay, we'll think of something. And so she already has, I think they have a total of 76 in, not just in her class, but it's her class and a few other teachers. Um, that whole grade level, I think they have some kind of standardized test for the state, and they were one of the top classes that performed. So good on them. So yeah, she's willing to spend a little bit of cash, and she just wanted to make something special for a student. So she asked me, can you show me how to do like a display, an Easter display? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just right now bagging up these Rice Krispie treats. Okay, Brenda says, a friend gave me a t-shirt which reads, I really don't mind getting old, but my body is having a major hissy fit. Or, I like that. Yes, Mozilla, I do have sciatica. And I was kind of just explaining that the pain this past week, oh, something very bad happened. So I was kind of bedridden. Not fun. But, oh, sorry, this ribbon is a little tangled here. Okay, there, got it. Yeah, not fun, but seem to, well, at least now I can get up and move, but I seem to be still not 100%. I still feel like a little discomfort in my lower back. And again, I don't have any, or I'm still not 100% in my left leg. So yeah, not fun. And really bad timing too. Okay, so if I had a third camera, I would put it on an overhead shot so you can kind of see or get a better view of what I'm doing. Debbie says they look great. Oh, thank you. uh, okay, so the plan, um, is that I am going to make all of these treats and I'm going to put them into a gift basket, but that gift basket is going to be part of a much larger board. I have 2 dozen Rice Krispie treats here. I'm not going to make, well, I might make a dozen more just so that I can give her a big, or give this person a bigger idea as to what she could do. We'll see how far we get on this live with it. I'm hoping to at least make one, or the main gift basket, and then I'll finish it tonight or later on this week. I know my coworkers, well, they're going to be very happy because all of this is going to go to them. I'll just bring this to work one day because heaven forbid I can't be eating all of this sugar. That is a horrid pain, Eric. I'm so sorry for you. I had it years ago. It took 3 months for it to go away. I could have peeled the enamel off my bathroom sink someday. Oh my gosh. But thank you. Yeah, Katie, we've been busy. We have been busy. Um, Now, I could have actually just spent extra money and just bought the Rice Krispie treats because they kind of come pre-made in a package. That's what I know a lot of people that do this type of gift basket, or this, some people have businesses where they just do chocolate dipped treats. And I know in order for them to just save time in making the Rice Krispie treats, they just buy the prepackaged ones from the store. I think you can get like a box of 36 of them at Costco, and I just cut the ribbon there. So, oh well, no harm in that. Mm, 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 mm. Da, 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 da. Okay. Can you guys believe it's already mid March? Maybe I should talk to that camera because it's a bigger picture. It's already mid March, and I feel like we were just introduced to 2026, and here almost a quarter of it is already gone. Let's see. Donna is asking, how do you know which side of the ribbon will cut? Is there a trick? I always end up with more on the floor than on gifts or projects. That's a good question. This is curling ribbon, in which this particular ribbon, um, it's plastic, it's acetate, so, and it's double-sided, so it doesn't really matter which side, um, when you tie it or when you try and curl it, it doesn't really matter which side you do. There is another ribbon where it is the same material, but it's ribbed on one side. And so for that, you do have to curl it on the ribbed side. You don't find that one, or you don't find the ribbed version of curling ribbon very much these days, though. At least I don't notice it. So, but even sometimes, even for me, when I try to use the scissors and try and curl it, sometimes I just pull it too hard, and it just ends up kind of shredding. or cutting. Okay. One trick that I've learned though is to just kind of, you're not like pressing down on the ribbon, you're kind of just guiding it and let friction do the work. So here's the tail of the ribbon, here's the item. Notice that I'm just, I'm not right where my thumb is here. You can't see it, but right where my thumb is there, I'm not pressing down hard on the ribbon. I'm just kind of holding it there and letting friction do the work. Now, as I curl it, I'm going to pull the treat downward and I'm going to raise the blade of the scissors upward. And again, I'm just letting friction do the work. I'm not pressing on my thumb here, just kind of running or making sure that the blade gets caught on the edge of the scissors. And that's how I usually do it. Okay. When um, Saturday was Happy Pie Day. Oh, that's right, 3/14. Happy Pie Day. And Star Wars Day is coming up pretty soon. Coincidentally, if you don't know Star Wars Day, it's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And let's see, what is today? The 15th. So Tuesday is Green Day, St. Patrick's Day. That's coming up. And then Easter is not till April, I believe. Oh, you're welcome, Donna. I wanted the rib ribbon last Christmas, could not find any. I don't like the newer ones. Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, I just want the ribbon to curl. That's all. But it's hard to even like, it took me a while to find this spool. And you know where I actually had to get it is at the factory, or not the factory, but like at an industrial crafting store. When I got this when I was still living in Los Angeles, in downtown LA, there's a whole fashion district. There's a fabric district. There's a jewelry district, and there's actually a whole block where it's just nothing but crafting stores. That's where I got this. But Michael's didn't have any. Target didn't have any during Christmas. It was so hard to find curling ribbon. But I said, okay, we're going to have to make a trip downtown. And that's what I did. That's where I found it. Okay, so we got chocolate covered ones here. And we got the plain on this side. Okay. So let's actually, what did I do that for? Let's put everything back in because I want to clear the table so you guys can see everything. Okay, at least I'll clear that out. Where am I putting this? I don't have any space. Okay, we'll just put it down here for a second. So this will be the centerpiece gift basket here. Um, I do have this. Would you believe I found this bunny at the Dollar Tree? It was not $1.25 though. Um, it was in the dollar plus section, but still under $5. Not bad, huh? So, oh no, $7. Jeez, they put the price tag right on there. Okay. Take that off. So I'm gonna, we'll see how this goes, but I'm gonna put the bunny here, and then we are going to take all the chocolate covered ones and just surround the bunny. I could put something to prop him up, and we're gonna just surround this bunny with a whole bunch of chocolate goodies here. I think I might need to put him up higher. I'll just use this for now. And we'll just throw in all of these chocolate goodies. In there. Of course, I'll arrange this a little nicer, but you get the idea. Okay. Now I do have this board here. This thing that looks like parquet flooring, at least I think it does. It's actually one of those. You get it at the Dollar Tree. They have this thing where it's like a sheet, and it's like a giant sticker where you can just kind of stick it on the wall and give you like a faux kind of wallpaper. There, that's the word. It's a wallpaper, but it's in sheets, like 8.5 by 11 sheets. And so I took a foam board and then just covered it with this wallpaper, and that's what this base here is. So the idea is that this center gift basket will be here, and covering the board is going to be all these other treats. Now, if a kid wants the chocolate covered treat, they can, of course, grab it from the basket. Well, we can decorate the board with any kind of treat here. Just kind of make like a nice display, or we can arrange it somehow. Let's see, just make it appetizing, and even take some of the just go to like the dollar store, and in the crafting section they usually have things. I can take some of these plastic eggs and just kind of prop it around. So but this is kind of just the basic gist of what I'm thinking. And what you could also do is, these were leftover from Valentine's, in which I'm probably going to do one of these as well, just a smaller version, and just put one here in the corner, and then put another one here in this corner. So let me turn it. So when the kids kind of see this, they see all the treats in the front, and then I might even raise this, or you could put like something to raise it on the bottom. That's what I would do with all of this. Okay, so I know people have been talking, so let me go back a little bit. My eldest son is a Star Wars junkie. That's Mozilla. My youngest daughter's birthday is the 19th. Nikolai's is the 23rd, and mine is the 26th of this month. Wow. One right after the other. That's the way to do it. He even, let's see, Mozilla says he even had me make him an all black quilt with the words Star Wars in big bold gold letters. Then I tacked the quilt with stars with blue hologram thread. Ooh. Donna Hoskins says today is the Ides of March and Mothering Sunday in the UK. Never heard of that. I will have to look that up. Um, okay. People talking to Katie. It's really pretty. Well, thank you, Suzanne. Don't forget the grass. You know, that is the one thing I did forget, but I'm not a big fan of the grass. So what I am gonna do with this center bowl is I'm just gonna take like the scrap tissue paper just to cover it on the bottom. I mean, I could shred it to make it like grass. The only thing I don't like about grass is if it's gonna be open like this and not put in like a plastic bag or covered. Um, and this has happened to me quite a few times. If the bowl tips over while in transit or stuff just falls out, that grass is going to be a pain in the butt to just kind of pick up and put back in. So I usually just grab tissue paper, or I'm just going to grab this tissue paper here and just kind of lay it in the bowl. That way it's just one or a couple sheets of tissue paper and not those little strips. Or I could just buy the grass or again, she probably will, this teacher that I'm talking about, she will probably buy the grass and when she's ready to set it up and at the school or wherever they are, put the grass in and then assemble everything. That's the way I would do it. But yeah, in the past I have had situations where the basket was not fully covered. I didn't shrink wrap it or anything. And instead of assembling it at wherever it was, um, I made the mistake of pre-assembling it, and in transit, it tipped over. Everything kind of came out, and yeah, that grass was not a good thing to clean up. Cute idea. Just tell your friend to bring some if they want it. She probably will. She probably will. So, this is the day Caesar met his demise, the Ides of March. Never heard of that. Okay. But then again, I never really paid attention in world history, so no surprise there. Okay, so let's put this aside. And I'm actually gonna, well, we even can take these aside for a second. And I'm gonna leave this one last because this one is the easiest one. We'll put this aside here. And we will take all of these away for a minute. And I just want to make, I just want to do one of the or one of the side gift baskets, just so that she can get an idea, or that this teacher can get an idea of what she can do and how to do it. He's so cute. He's so soft too. Okay, I'll just keep the board here. Did I bring my water bottle? No. So let's let's do a gift basket with this small container here. And this will go on the side. So we're trying not to make it too big because we want the focus to be on everything else. This is just a decorative element to it. But we're going to fill it with some candy, of course. Okay, now before I do that, I know that this is going to be very top heavy, so I do want to, let's see. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to just grab something, see if I can find it. And I might as well grab my water bottle too while I'm at it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Got my water bottle. And got the stones. I thought I grabbed the stones, but I guess not. So these are just stones or planter. Well, I don't know what you call them, but they're stones. You can use marbles. I'm just going to throw it in there just to give the bottom or give the container some weight. Hi, Finn. Hello, Chris. And then I got two of these floral foam. I need a drink. Sorry. Okay. Refreshing. So so the rocks or the stones at the bottom is just to give it a little weight because this is going to probably be very top heavy. Then let's see, what do I have in my goodie bag here? I just pulled out whatever Easter supplies I already had. These are leftover, and then of course I do have some leftover stuff from Valentine's, which I still got candy. And I figure, you know what, even though it is Valentine's, I can kind of repurpose it and reuse it. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. So building out a gift basket like this, you always want to have your centerpiece. And again, Dollar Tree. Now that actually looks like a bunny. If you recall, the teddy bears or the bears that I bought for Valentine's, kind of scary. They look, I don't know, they did not look like bears. They kind of look like a mix of a bunny and a dog put together. So I will put that will be my centerpiece. And then from there, I build out the gift basket by whatever I'm using. So I still have, oh gosh, I didn't realize I made all of these, or I didn't realize how many of these that I had left over from Valentine's. And I still got them, so I'm going to use them. Your fabric shelf is starting to look like mine. Well, thank you for that, Debbie, or Mozilla. I made a thread catcher today and used sand. I wanted to use rocks, but was afraid of bending pins. Yeah, I would not use, well, never thought of using sand in a thread catcher either. So I can do that. I'm just going to stick a whole bunch of these because I really want to get rid of these. I mean, heaven forbid, I'm not supposed to be eating any of these chocolates, although chocolate isn't as bad. Um, let's see, we can put behind. I'm not sticking it in the foam yet. Just want to see how this is going to play out. Do I have any other candies? I have a bunch of these. And then I can take the candies out of this one. I'll use some of that. This was only a sample, so I don't care. Yeah, this sample was not a good one because the person ended up not liking it, so I had to redo it and make it, or they saw the others, so they chose to go with the other one. But no problem, each to their own. And I don't need it to be that tall, so I can, oh boy, I really take this good. Uh, just repurposing stuff. And, oh, well, that's what I didn't want to do, but okay, we'll just go with that. I wonder, is this strong? Okay, I can probably just pull that one out. I had to make these extra tall for the other gift basket that this originally came from. Okay. I'm being paged. I'll come back and watch the rerun tonight. Good night, Sin. Hello, Miss Carissa. I think, did I actually get it? Yeah, I did. Wow. Already 1 hour went by. Okay. And we will slice it there. I'm just pulling this apart because I don't think we need it to be that tall. And these sticks are very fragile too, so it's easy to break. But we'll see how all of this plays out. I want to at least make one of them just to give them an idea of what they could do. Of course, this person was like, You know, if I just pay for your plane ticket, will you just come and do it for me? They're not local, that's why. Which is why I wanted to kind of do this and do this on a live. Urgh. Do, 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 do. Oh, Carissa says her A1C is 5.7 as of last week. Congratulations, girl. My A1C, last I checked, still over 6 points. Okay, I'm going to turn this around for a second so I can get a good look at what I'm doing here. These were all left over from that one basket that the person didn't like and returned it, so I had to redo it. I wish they would have just told me earlier that instead of just telling me, oh yeah, just do whatever. And I basically did whatever, and whatever turned into this. Yeah, you can use your own adjective there as to what they said. But you know what? In the end, the partner was happy. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we'll just lay it back. Or I can just do that. Yep. Okay. I'll put one there. Put one there. So here's how I like to put these candy baskets or even these candy bouquets together. I'll first of all just kind of choosing a container. And it doesn't have to be like a box like this. The other one that I showed to you, it was a mug. But you want to have a container that's going to be sturdy enough and large enough to hold whatever it is that you are going to put in there. Um, Starting with a focal point, in this case, I'm using this bunny. And I'll just put the bunny right there, front and center. And then I kind of use these candies to make like a framework. So I would start with the middle here, but I kind of started off with these two on the side. Basically, you kind of just divide it in half, and you might put your if I had all of these candies are kind of the same size, but if I had one that was really big, that's the like if I were to use oh, upside down. If I were to use this box and put it on a skewer, that would go right there. I'm not going to use this box because this box is actually very heavy and it's going to uh, make the whole thing tip over. So I'm going to use these smaller candies. But from there, whatever you put on one side and at whatever angle, you're going to do it to the opposite side here. So I have one here, but then I also have one here. And I'll put one here, and then I'll put another one right about here. Whoops. Okay, and that's usually how I build these candy bouquets, whatever you want to call them. That's how I usually build it. And so the tricky part about doing this on a live is that you got to look, I need to look at it from the front. So I really should have a camera that goes from behind me out that way, but yeah, I couldn't do that. So, but at least you get a front, or at least you have some kind of view, at least from the front. As hope that makes sense. Send me an email if it doesn't, and you know who you know who I'm talking. You, you know if I'm talking to you. Okay. Let's see. Carissa says we got stupid snow again. You can send it our way because we got stupid heat again. Carissa says her woof is almost done. I'm so over it. Carissa, if you don't mind, take a picture of it and send that to me. I'm gonna actually use your wolf quilt in a future video because it's a perfect illustration of um, something that I'm going to be talking about. So if you don't mind it, I would appreciate it. Welcome back, Kim. She said she was on a phone call. This is the lowest mine has been since I was a kid. Wow. Those held up really well. I'm assuming you're talking about the chocolates. Yeah, they did. Um, they were kind of kept cool, and the temperatures here are not, uh, well, they're going up. They're not crazy hot yet. Definitely have to watch the replay to catch up. Okay, Kim, but those baskets are adorable. Thank you, thank you. Now add the round balls and tissue wrapped candy. Who is that? Donna, you read my mind. So I'm using these candy bars to kind of give you the framework. Now I'm going to go back in with these smaller tissue wrapped ones and kind of fill in some spots. Maybe I can do this just watching the camera. And the cool thing about fluorofoam is if you don't like where you put it, well, you can just pull it out and move it somewhere else. But don't do that too often because then you just get Swiss cheese on your fluorofoam and that kind of damages the integrity of it. So if I put one there, I put one there. I'm going to pull that one out. Let's see if I do it shorter. Does that actually look better? Yeah. So I'm just going to break the stick right there. And let's see. Got it. We'll break the stick off of this one and we shall reinsert it. Looks like two pom-poms. Okay, I'm gonna put a few up in the front so I don't need this long of a stick, which I can then, I don't want it coming out between the bunny's legs. That would not be nice. Still looks like two pom-poms. Now he's got four pom-poms. Maybe she. And if you don't like the look of something, then, well, just take it out and replace it with something else. So I'm gonna, okay, but the whole basket doesn't or this whole bouquet doesn't necessarily have to just be candy. You can use other things. Not that you can see that candy, but you can use other things. So eventually I'm going to move on because I'm not really liking the look of these ball things or tissue wrapped candies here. I think this is where I can kind of tolerate it for now. I mean, it doesn't look ridiculous, but it doesn't look great either. I do have some sprays here that, again, Dollar Tree. Do I have anything better? No. Okay. So I like the look of these. They're styrofoam eggs covered in glitter. I'm going to take that and just kind of cut them. I'll take some of the flowers too. We're going to have to kind of fix it because it got smashed, but you know what? I'm just going to cut all of them. There we go. Okay, this flower is smashed. Let me see if I can manage to fluff it out. Eric, if you could prop a large mirror across from you so you can see the front as you work. I hope this helps. Oh, do I have a mirror? I don't have one on me, but thank you for that. Oh, hello, Ms. Damali. Didn't see you come in. But thank you for that suggestion. I didn't think of that. Okay, that flower is gone. I can use these though. And no, that flower's gone too. But at least I can use the egg. So let me see. Well, do I put the egg here? Or maybe I put the egg right there. Oh, that looks good. I like that. I'll put a flower here in the corner. And then I'll put another flower here in this corner. Balanced. Yep. Okay. And then I will put the other egg. Where to put the other egg? Well, I don't want to put two eggs in the bunny's lap, so no. Maybe we'll leave this. We'll figure out that. Right? So that's what we got. So again, building it out, once you got your framework done, then you start filling in the holes with not just candy. It can be all candy, but you can use uh, flowers. You can use, decorative elements. Last thing I usually like to do is use something like tissue paper. You could also do this with cellophane, something to just kind of cover like the holes that you can't fill in, and it's just a filler, but it makes it well, it does the job. It makes it look full. So for that, I just fold a couple, like a strip of tissue paper. You can make this any size you really want to. I'll just take the tissue paper And we'll see if this is actually big enough, but take your tissue. You can either use like a small barbecue skewer and kind of poke it through and tape it onto the barbecue skewer like that. Or you could just take your barbecue skewer, kind of wrap it around. So the barbecue skewer is here, tissue paper is around. I'm just going to use it like this just to kind of, let's see, where do I need it? Here. Poke it through, pull out the pull out the skewer, leave the tissue in. Sometimes when I have an area where I need to kind of raise it, this time I'm going to actually, again, I just took the barbecue skewer, poked the hole right through the center of the tissue paper, and we're going to just, whoops, came out, but you know, we're going to just tape it onto the skewer. And this time around, I am going to poke it through or put it in the green foam. And I'm actually going to leave it there, or I'm not pulling out the barbecue skewer this time, simply because I want to, I didn't cut the square, or I didn't cut the tissue paper bigger. So I want to give it a little bit of height. But I know some people who use like large sheets of tissue paper, and they instead of kind of taping it onto a barbecue skewer, they will just poke it uh, into the base and just leave it there. And you can do that as well. I'm going to make this one a little bigger. So since this one is pretty big, I want to see how this will go. I'm going to take one of my skewers, and now I didn't poke it through. See? I'm just going to take this end and place it on the side here and just poke the bottom right into the fluorofoam. It should stay there. And then I'm going to pull out the skewer, and you can kind of see from the top down, you can kind of see it in action there, here, kind of filling up. So take another one, same skewer, put it here. And you can kind of see how it's starting to fill up or fill in the holes. I'm going to go back to the smaller one. I know I had more broken pieces. Where are they? We'll poke this through here. Oh, and this one's going to go here. I'm going to raise it up a little bit. I should have sent floral tape. I will. Don't worry about it, Donna. I have an ample supply of floral tape. Um, Turn it around, add a couple tissue paper like you said. Yep, that's what we're doing. And again, just like with everything else, even on the filler with the tissue paper, whether you use tissue paper, cellophane, you could use, what else could you use? Jeez, can't think right now. Oh, that's too tall. Then I will just push this down. No, I'm going to pull this one out because I can see it sticking out too far. Tissue paper, cellophane. Geez, just be creative with it. And there we go. And that came out, so I am going to reinsert it. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take a very short stick and tape it. So you can kind of see it's building out. It's getting a little bit more full. And I can, let's see, I'll do one more because I see a hole back here. And this one I am going to tape it to the barbecue skewer. So that I can fill up this hole back here. And there's another hole back there. Perfect. I got one last one here. Do I have an extra stick somewhere? No. So I will snap this one in half. And then stick that right there. And you can add as much as you want. You can add as much, but I think for me, this would probably be a good stopping point. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So let me switch it back to this camera. There it is. Okay. And then you can look at it from the top down. That's what it would be. Now the back, don't worry about it because nobody cares about the back anyway. What you could also do is, if you want to cover the back, you know, there's these signs, or just get something like this. You could use one of these signs. This is from the Dollar Tree. You could use that to just kind of, and just attach it to the back there, which will give it a little bit more stability. in the back, or it hides the back. I'm not going to do it for the purposes of this because, well, if I were to put this in like a plastic bag and shrink wrap it or wrap it, and this would be by itself, I would probably use that sign to prop up on the back. But because this is just one element in a number of different elements, I'm probably not going to do that. It would just distract from all the other stuff that I want the kids to focus in on. So, yeah, that's why I'm not doing it now. So let me switch back to this camera. Um, we're probably not, well, let me kind of see if I can put everything back together just so that you guys can get an idea, or that you can get an idea of what the entire thing might look like. So we got that. Ooh. I think I just cracked the bowl. Oh darn. Okay, we're gonna lay out all of these again. I'm gonna make it nice this time. Oh, there it is. I knew I was missing one. Not this one though. Uh, oh, there they are. Still back in the container. Okay. Believe it or not, I still have one more bag of Rice Krispie treats that I need to make. So you know what I'll be doing later after this. And where's the bunny? The cute little bunny. Bunny will go right in here. And yeah, I think we're gonna have to prop the bunny up somehow with something. So let's see if I can get a better angle. Yep. And then of course we'll do one more of this basket on this side. So yeah, I'll get another batch of Rice Krispie treats done because I want to cover the board with it, and we'll fix up the center. Who knows, I might add some of these randomly. Actually, kind of like that. Huh. I kind of do like that. Well, there's an idea. Okay, so when I get the board all set up, I'll probably take this to work maybe tomorrow or maybe Tuesday. Um, and we'll get it all set up. I'll take a good picture so that you can get a good idea of what I'm really talking about. I know it's a little hard to kind of envision it, but hopefully this gives you some ideas as to what you can do. with it. Okay, so let's see. What have I missed? Okay, let me scroll back. Okay, I'm just kind of scrolling back just to make sure I didn't like miss a question that somebody had. Uh, is it me or is it choppy for you too? Sorry about that, Suzanne. That's enough ball things. Okay. Thank you, Donna. Kim says it's 27 degrees here, feels like 13, wind blowing steady at 25 to 30, gusts at 55, wind advisory till noon tomorrow. Like I said, anytime you want to send it down my way, I'm okay with it. Well, Linda might not be, but I'm okay with it. Some eggs, please. Hmm. I could add more eggs. Well, I want to kind of spread out the eggs on the board itself. Maybe maybe I could use it as a border, but we'll see. But that's a great suggestion. Adding some of these, I just had it. Adding some of the plastic eggs here, and I found that. We'll use that somewhere. Adding some of these plastic eggs. Yeah, I'm probably gonna just spread it, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do a border around the whole board when I get it set up, or I'll just throw it on randomly. Who knows? Okay, cute basket. Well, thank you, thank you. It's turning out great. Well, thank you, Chris. Oh, by the way, Chris, I don't know if you saw my email earlier today. I do apologize for not sending out the jelly roll earlier. I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning, but I did have a medical emergency. So, but I did send it out yesterday. It's in transit, so you should be getting it sometime later on this week. But I just want to say I'm sorry for the delay on that. Do you have other colors of paper, as that is a lot of paint? Yes, I do. Um, Unfortunately, I put it away. But yeah, that's actually a great point too, being that this is a lot of pink. I could probably, or I should probably use like this teal. I'm, I'm talking to that camera like it's still on, like this teal color. I do have something that matches that. I might put, if this is pink, I might use it on the basket that's going to go on the other end. Or I don't know, when I see it all together, I might just swap it out, or I might take out all of the pink and put the teal in there. So, but that is a good point. When you're putting together your basket, like if this were by itself, it would probably be fine with all the pink, but seeing it with everything else on here, I may have some second guesses on that. So that's a great point. Crepe paper. Crepe paper would work too. Thank you. Crepe paper is depends on the crepe paper itself though, because I know like a good quality crepe paper can be very, very thick, and it's used in other types of crafts, but not this type of thing where it's just filler. And it's also very expensive. So crepe paper will work, but if it's the type of crepe paper, like if it's a party streamer kind of quality, that works perfect. But if it's like really thick and really hard to fold. That's good quality crepe paper. You don't want to be using it for this. Thank you guys. Everybody saying beautiful, pretty, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Great ideas. Well, thank you, Suzanne. Mozilla says, cute, Eric. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize I'm cute. No. Great ideas. I think I need to buy some Rice Krispies and marshmallows. So buy the pre-made ones. If you don't want to make your own, buy the pre-made ones. Oh, I should also point out, or maybe I did point it out, but maybe people didn't realize that this is, you don't necessarily have to make it with Rice Krispies. You could make the same treat with, well, that was Fruit Loops. I've seen it done with Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios, or just even the plain Cheerios. I've seen people do it on, they make Chex Mix and they kind of mix it all together. So, be creative with it and don't be afraid to explore. Um, Turn another bowl upside down, hot glue them together. Bam. Okay, wait, let's see if that, okay, so now you can see the bunny a lot better. Yep. Thank you, thank you. Who was that? Suzanne? Oh, no, Donna. Thank you for that suggestion. Um, Thank you, Kim. She says that looks great. Hey, cutie. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much. She says that looks great as well. Um, Hi, Susan the Quirky Candy Quilter, or Quirky Hand Quilter. Sorry. I sent an email with a video using a technique you do on your ornaments making a mini quilt. Um, did I get that? I have to check. I have to check my email. Um, but thank you for that, Donna. Just okay. Just know this though. If let's see, if you're sending me an email with a direct link to anything, it's probably not going to come through. Here's why. If you didn't know this about me, my regular 9 to 5, I do work in the finance industry, and as such, there is a ton, a ton of people trying to um, commit fraud by using emails and email links. Case in point, there was a situation that I was involved in that um, someone actually sent an email link pretending to be something else, a bank actually, and they were impersonating this bank, and they did it really well. It fooled a lot of us. And what ended up happening was that they kind of, in the body of the email, they said that one of our transactions got rejected. It was a legitimate transaction, and they said it got rejected. So click on this link to go to the website and redo the payment. And so that's what ended up happening. But come to find out, that particular email that was telling us that the payment was returned, that was a fraud. We didn't catch that. A lot of us were fooled by that. And so, as such, we ended up losing about $10,000 just for that. And it didn't happen once, it actually happened twice, both at the same time. And we were kind of wondering what's going on. but we didn't do our due diligence in following up with the bank to see what happened, and that's how we found out this was a fraud. So, long story, so moral of the story, even as a YouTube creator, there's a lot of fraud that goes on out there. Um, people want brands that want to do brand deals. They send, or there's people that pretend like they own or they have a product that they're trying to promote, and they have you click on a link to sign up to do a brand deal with them, and it turns out to be a fraud. There's often times I get asked to do like a promotion for another brand, and they're asking me for personal information. Red flag there, it's a fraud. So, point being, if you are sending me an email with a link to, say, for example, another video or a link to like another social media posting, it's probably not going to come through simply because I'm putting all these email filters on. And one of them is do not accept any email that has a direct link to something. And so I can still obtain the email. I just have to look for the through the junk mail. But if you want to share like a video, or if you want to share like a post, instead of giving me the direct link, just try and give like who it's from, what platform it's on, what the video is titled, or what the what the post or the picture is about. I can find it that way, and I do appreciate people sharing that type of information with me. But if you're sending me a direct link, or like you're copying it and pasting it on an email, I'm probably not going to get it, or I'm probably not going to notice that. So thank you, Donna, for at least telling me that you sent me this email, so that I know I can look for it. But again, that's just for future reference. If you are going to send me something, make sure it's not a direct link to some website, because again, it's probably not going to come through. And now you can kind of understand why. Oh, thank you, Katie. She says they are outstanding. um, Katie, uh, I have to email you. We need to do another show date in the future. Hope your back and leg feel better soon. Oh, thank you, Mozilla. How's mom doing? She's doing fine. Actually, I do need to call her just to uh, get an update about something about my niece. I think she might be getting married. Hmm. Yes, now the bunny is showing. Okay, thank you for that suggestion, Donna. Okay, I remember that about the email. I always call the bank or go to the bank with the email. I don't open them either. Yeah. And it's not just the banks, it's just like even right in my current position, we got hit with a fraud situation where fortunately the vendor warned us about it, and somebody tried to impersonate someone that we pay or that we owe money to. And they told us, oh, no, use this link or go to this website and fill in this account information. And before I performed the payment, I called the vendor, or I called my contacts at the vendor to say, hey, is this really legitimate? And they said no. So good thing that it was a good thing that I did that, because that bill was $15,000. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't, well, it's not, it's a huge amount on a personal level, but in the world of business, mm, chump change. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Donna. All right, guys. Um, oh, that's exciting. A wedding. Yes. Well, not a traditional wedding. Let's just say that. Her partner, my niece's partner, yeah, they had I don't know what the situation is with them, but well, I get they. I'm assuming that they're trying to tie the knot. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Wow, we've been on here longer than I thought it would be. Maybe an hour and a half, or we're approaching. Oh, no, just about an hour and a half, a little over. But anyway, I'm gonna actually need to make another batch of these Rice Krispie treats because I need another dozen. I think. I think I only have 2 dozen in here. I'm gonna be cooking for a little while, and then trying to decide what to or how to kind of decorate the. She's a little anxious to kind of get some ideas. Hopefully, maybe this will get some ideas for her. Um, and she'll probably have like 10,000 questions because I know her. Yeah, she will have like you show her once and then 20 questions come back. So, yeah. But that's okay. All right, guys. Um, I use checks so rarely got a text from my bank asking if the check I had written to pay for my retreat spot was legit. Hmm. Well, I hope it wasn't fraud. Oh, well, if you wrote the check, then yeah, it's legitimate, but it's good that the bank called you to verify. Yeah. I think a lot of the bigger banks are, um, they're starting to do that. If you do something out of the ordinary, before they honor it, because they're the ones that actually lose money too and all of that transaction mess or and all of that fraud, the banks actually kind of lose money too. So good on them for checking. All right, guys. Um, well, that is it for tonight. I am gonna call it a live. I'm gonna again continue on with my Rice Krispies uh, cooking, and I will probably just take the board to work, assemble everything together, take a picture of it, put a post on social media platforms, and yeah, so that you guys can see the final thing, and as well as my teacher friend can also see or get some better ideas for what you can do if you need to do like a whole Easter display of sweet treats. And I chose to do just Rice Krispie treats because that's what this particular, or my friend, the teacher, that's what she requested me to do. But you could do this with chocolate dipped pretzels. You could do this with, well, you could do it with regular candy bars, or just think of like instead of maybe you could just put Rice Krispie treats here in the basket, but then cover the rest of the board with cupcakes. That's another idea. Um, you know, just take this as inspiration and run with it. So make it your own. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for me. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of your week. And until next time, when is next time? Well, I'll put a post up on it. But until next time, let's all get out there and create something. Bye for now.